All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Rakar Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a Wikipedia document titled Mass Surveillance. And I've been wanting to bring this out for a minute. Every so often, I like to go back over, information like this on how Esau is watching us. You know, ultimately, it's to they want to be God, and they want to bring in this new world order, and bringing this RFID chip. So, but yeah, I'm just going to start right here with this mass surveillance document, and then y'all try to get into all of that. But it says mass surveillance is the intricate surveillance of an entire or a substantial fraction of a population in order to monitor that group of citizens, which is a violation of people's rights. It says the surveillance is often carried out by local and federal governments or governmental organizations, such as organizations like the NSA and the FBI, but it may also be carried out by corporations either on behalf of governments or at their own initiative. Right, other corporations such as like Google, I don't know if, give me 1 second. Oh, the CIA. CIA is another group. Let's see. Just to name a few. But it says depending on each nation's laws and judicial systems, the legality of the permissions required to engage in mass surveillance varies. Right, and Esau didn't already pass legislation that declare its own citizens terrorists. The Patriot Act, where they can spy on you. They already got laws and stuff in place to defeat this. What was just said right here. It says, depending on each nation's laws and judicial systems, well, at least over here in America, the legality of and the permissions required to engage in mass surveillance varies. And a lot of these nations are doing mass surveillance because a lot of them took after America's BS, took after America's philosophies, took on the wine of America. It says it is the single most indicative distinguishing trait of totalitarian regimes, and America is becoming a totalitarian regime. It is also often distinguished from targeted surveillance. It says mass surveillance has often been cited as necessary to fight terrorism, in which we know terrorism, when we look that word up, terrorism, 1795, in specific sense of government intimidation during the reign of terror in France, March 1793, July 1794. All right, yeah. Right. So yeah, that's all. That's all it really means. Is government intimidation, because a lot of these terrorist groups were made by the U.S., Al Qaeda, Daesh, and all the other ones that they have. It was made by this government, because they got to bring in this new world order. They had to justify themselves going into the Middle East, taking their resources. and putting all the nations under their subjection. Why? Because this devil, like the scriptures say, know that he has but a short time. That's why he's coming down hard on everybody so much. But it says it is also often distinguished from targeted surveillance. Mass surveillance has often been cited as necessary to fight terrorism, prevent crime and social unrest, protect national security, and control the population. Conversely, mass surveillance has equally often been criticized for violating privacy rights, limiting civil and political rights and freedoms, and being illegal under some legal or constitutional systems. It says another criticism is that increasing mass surveillance could lead to the development of a surveillance state in which we are in a surveillance state or an electronic police state where civil liberties are infringed or political dissent is undermined by COINTELPRO-like programs. Such a state could be referred to as a totalitarian state. Right. Look up surveillance state real quick. It says a surveillance state is a country where the government engages in pervasive surveillance of large numbers of its citizens and visitors. Right. So the surveillance that they're taking, because I used to work at former elder used to work at a factory called X10, and I just thought about it. It was Spirit X meaning Satan, 10 Satan. But what we made at that factory was, if I'm not mistaken, if we didn't make the cameras, I don't remember making the cameras. But we made the outer shells to protect the cameras that you see on these highways, on these lamp posts and stuff like that. It says, also another tool that they use to surveillance you, because when you look up the term surveillance, I think it meant just to watch. Because when you're under surveillance, they watching you. Surveillance. And just for another little side note, all of these Israelite groups out here that's claiming that they're Israelites and they got the truth and GMS don't have the truth and all of that, they watching y'all too. Y'all under surveillance. When that time come, when they scoop us up, y'all right up with the elect, they gonna scoop y'all up because y'all on the terrorist watch list also. That's what I see. That's the problem with Jake. They don't understand history. Those who sold out, whether willingly or knowingly or unknowingly, got killed also, man. But this is surveillance. It says 1802 from French surveillance, oversight, supervision. Oh yeah, supervision, a watch. Right. Right, so everybody's been watched. You got facial recognition systems. Let me see. Okay, but it says a surveillance state is a country where the government engages in pervasive surveillance of large numbers of its citizens and visitors. Such widespread surveillance is usually justified as being necessary for national security, such as to prevent crime or acts of terrorism, but may also be used to stifle criticism of the opposition to the government. That's what they're really doing. They trying to target those who coming up against their new world order, because ultimately the Georgia Guidestones declare that they only want 500 million people, and everybody else gotta go. Everybody else gotta go. They gonna have it to where they got camps of people that they gonna want to keep. You know, they're gonna want to keep the smartest ones of everybody, and that's that's a legislation that has been passed. You know, but it says right, and yeah, they don't want. See, ultimately, it's to come up against Israel. It's to come up against the Israelites, man, because the Lord waking his people up, and he's on his way back, and they don't like that. So you know that's why they sit, they watch us, and then they put together some type of news clipping, like they've been having us in the news lately, to demonize us, and also create, you know, like agent provocateurs or whatnot, to either shoot somebody, or you know, do some type of crime, to where, you know, it points back to the Israelites, and it might not even be of Israelite sect, so to speak, or Israelite group. It might have been an African group that's dressed like the Israelites, but no matter what, they just wanted to point back to the Israelites, you know. Why? Because they need the people. It's propaganda, and it's to come up against the truth. It's just to come up against the truth. It's part of the COINTELPRO operations. All right. It says let's see what I want to do. It says examples of early surveillance states include the former Soviet Union and the former East Germany, which had a large network of informers and an advanced technology based in computing and spy camera technology. But these states did not have today's technologies for mass surveillance, such as the use of databases and pattern recognition software to cross-correlate information obtained by wiretapping, including speech recognition and telecommunications traffic analysis, monitoring of financial transactions, automatic number plate recognition, the tracking of the position of mobile telephones and facial recognition systems, and the like, which recognize people by their appearance, gait, meaning walk, DNA profiling, etc. Right? So the U.S. is using all of this against its people, because ultimately they're trying to round up the Lord's elect and kill them off. Okay, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but this is a very nice document, you know. But I'm gonna start with this scripture. This is 2 Corinthians. Chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So we're not ignorant that they're watching us, mapping us out, because ultimately they plan on coming to scoop us up, demonize us, and until it's time for them to come and scoop us up. But it's still all a part of prophecy. The Lord wants them to do what they're doing, because while they trying to bring in their new world order, the Lord bringing in His. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Right, so this surveillance state that they're doing, the Lord going to destroy them for doing this, for watching us. Because Esau ultimately wants to be a god, man. That's another one of the reasons why, they watching us and shit. Because they want to take over, bring this new world order in, and get rid of Israel, man. And they got the money to put these plans and stuff in motion. Because it is in the power of their hand. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. It says, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right, because ultimately what's going to happen is, the Lord going to have these nations, America's allies, turn against them. And they're going to shoot missiles on this place. And the elites that's putting the money into this because they got the money, the Rothschilds, etc., they're going to go into slavery. Yeah, it's like it. Big brother's watching. This 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1, it says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Right, so you're not supposed to be scared of it, man. You're supposed to keep the faith. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And we fell away. We went into slavery. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is Esau, the devil, the white man, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, right? And that's Esau. He put himself up as being Yahushua. He got himself up as being God, man. It says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, because there's a such thing as reincarnation. Whatever you was doing in your previous life, you're doing it again now today. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right. So Paul knew that a lot of prophets knew that them Edomites were the devil. And it's being revealed now in this time, thanks to the spirit of Hashem Shah waking up the elders and then their elders. It says, I'm reading verse 7 again, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right, so the Lord, letting this devil do this and surveillance everybody, because, there's prophecies that need to be fulfilled. before the Lord take him out of the way. So, but with that being said, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shema Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.